Active galaxies. So we've been looking at quasars, which have these very extreme characteristics associated with being so far away. So the question was, do we see anything sort of like a quasar, but not as far away? And the answer is yes. And we call these active galaxies. And these are not as far as quasars. So here we're looking at objects hundreds of millions of light years away. Where quasars, we measure their distances in billions of light years away. So about 10 times closer than a typical quasar. And although they are more energetic than normal galaxies, they are less energetic than quasars. So these seem to be something kind of intermediate between a normal galaxy and a quasar. And we have two main types of active galaxies. First type are called Seyfert Galaxies, and these are spirals. So here we have a beautiful spiral galaxy, which is a Seyfert Galaxy. Some of the characteristics of Seyferts: they give off a little bit of radio, a little bit of X-ray. This is a radio image that we see here. So that's looking just in this little section in the middle of the galaxy that we see all of this radio emission. And we get a little bit of X-ray coming out of Seyferts, but again, not nearly the kind of extreme radiation that we get from a quasar. Where Seyfert galaxies really shine, forgive the pun, is in the infrared. So here is an infrared image, and you see all of this bright stuff in the middle. That is being very bright in the infrared. You can see the spiral arms here. This appears to be a barred spiral galaxy. So there is some infrared in the arms, but of course that's star forming regions is where we're going to be seeing infrared in the spiral arms. But in the center, we don't know what's making that bright stuff. At least I haven't told you yet. The other main category of active galaxy are called radio galaxies, and these are ellipticals. So here we see a very nice elliptical galaxy. That is a radio galaxy. This dark band across the middle, that's a dust band. So there's some dust in this galaxy that goes across the middle there. Radio galaxies shouldn't be too surprising. These are strong radio sources. So this is a radio image. And all that orange that you see here, this is all very strong radio emissions, but there's our galaxy. So it's giving off this radio emission to the sides of a galaxy. And so we call that a radio lobe. So in this case, here's our galaxy. And here's our two lobes. So those are in the radio. So we can label that radio lobe. So that galaxy is doing something to shoot material out to where these lobes are. And sometimes we can see what's actually shooting, and we call that a jet. So here's our galaxy. That's a nice elliptical, probably an E0 because it's very round, and this linear feature, that is the jet. So you see it's coming from the center of the galaxy, and something is shooting out of that galaxy. And often we will see the jets connect to the radio lobes. So there is something going on in the radio galaxies that is causing material to be shot out of the center. So now we've got all of these bizarre objects, quasars, Seyfert galaxies, radio galaxies, all with strange characteristics. Well, it turns out that all of this can be explained with one phenomenon, and you'll find out the answer to that in the next tutorial.